You know that feeling, right? You're in a grocery store, just staring at this wall of boxes, and they're all screaming healthy at you. It's a lot. Well, today, we're going to cut through all that noise. This is your new playbook for shopping smarter, and it uses a simple tool you already have, your own logic.
Man, this really hits home, doesn't it? We're all out here just trying to make good choices. But so often we end up buying things that sound healthy, not things that actually are healthy. That's the exact confusion we're going to clear up right now. So this slide really breaks down the whole conflict. Think of it like a battle. Over on the left, you've got healthy marketing. It's all about buzzwords, emotional appeals, and flashy promises. And on the right, that's our goal, healthy reasoning. That's about logic, ingredients, and actually protecting your body. This is the fight that's happening in every single grocery aisle.
Okay, so where do we even start? Well, it all begins with learning how to spot the first, most obvious trap. That big marketing red flag that tells you, hey, you need to look a little closer here.
And here it is, the big one. If the front of a package is just screaming a health claim at you, that is your cue to get skeptical. It's such a classic marketing trick, right? Grab your attention so you don't bother digging any deeper.
Here's the key idea, and it's so simple when you think about it. An apple doesn't need a label that says, good for you. Spinach doesn't have a marketing team. Real, truly nutritious food doesn't need to shout about its benefits. So the louder the marketing, the more you have to wonder, what is all that noise trying to hide?
So here it is, your new habit. It's a simple, three-step process. Step 1, just stop trusting the front of the package. Make a conscious choice to ignore it. Step 2, physically flip that thing over. And step 3, read the ingredient list. That's where the real story is.
Okay, now that we know where to look, let's get into what we're looking for. We're about to decode some of the most common and, honestly, most misleading labels you'll find out there.
Ah, yes, the classic low-fat label. We've been seeing this one for decades, right? It promises this guilt-free choice and just feels like the smart, healthy option.
But is it really that simple? Let's ask the question that healthy reasoning demands. What's the catch? What aren't they telling us here?
And here's the truth. When companies take the fat out of a product, they have to add something else back in to make it taste good. And that something is usually sugar. The real enemy was never healthy fat. Our brains and bodies actually need that stuff. The real problem is ultra-processed sugar. So that whole low-fat craze, it kind of just tricked us all into a high-sugar one.
All right, next up, today's reigning champion of health marketing, high protein. You see it everywhere now, on cookies, on chips, you name it. And it sounds like the perfect shortcut to being healthy and strong.
But before you buy into the hype, just ask yourself this one simple question. If you took that high-protein claim off the label, would you still eat it if it was just called a cookie? If the answer is no, then you know it was the marketing that was influencing you.
And this is the trap. That added protein is often just a smokescreen for a really long list of artificial sweeteners, additives, and other super processed ingredients. That protein claim is basically being used to mask what is, at its core, a not-so-great snack.
And now for maybe the most powerful yet most meaningless word in all of food marketing, natural. It just feels so safe, so pure, so trustworthy. But what does it actually mean?
I mean, really think about it. Sugar is natural, tobacco is natural, poison ivy is natural. The word natural tells you absolutely nothing about whether something is good for you. It's a marketing term, plain and simple. It's not a health standard. So it all comes down to this. You've got to look past the buzzword and actually see the context. The natural label is the absolute perfect proof that your own reasoning, actually reading the ingredients, will always beat marketing.
So we've debunked all the marketing hype. Now, let's arm you with one simple rule you can apply to any product to make a smart decision. This is the healthy reasoning rule. It all boils down to 3 really simple questions. First, is this minimally processed? You know, the closer something is to how it grew in the ground, the better. Second, would my grandparents even recognize this as food? It's a fantastic gut check for whether you're eating real food or some kind of lab experiment. And third, does this support my long-term health? Think beyond just the next 10 minutes. Okay, let's bring all this together. Applying this kind of logic isn't about being restrictive. It's about being empowered. It's about shifting your entire mindset around where your health truly begins. I want you to let this idea really sink in. We focus so much on the gym, but the real foundation of our health is built right there,
In the grocery store, every single item you put in your cart is like a vote for the kind of health you want to have in the future. This right here is the tug of war you're in every time you shop. Marketing's goal is to get your attention and drive a sale. Your goal is to protect your body and support your health. Using your reasoning is what makes sure your goal wins every single time.
So, I'll leave you with this question. After everything we've talked about, what's one product or one label that you're going to look at with a whole new sense of curiosity on your next trip to the store? Because that, right there, that's where the real change begins.